So our first pick was the Mysterious Pathlighter. Kind of just want to force this deck. I don't know the cards in the set well enough. And I think this is going to be one of the coolest new mechanics to try out. And it just kind of makes the drafting process a little bit easier. This is exactly the colors we want to be in. You know, Azorius Flyers. It's +1/+1 as long as you control an artifact, as long as you control an enchantment. So it's a 3-mana Flying Vigilance. Potentially a 3/3. Seems good. This does trigger, you know, does work with our synergy. Merfolk is a fine card as well. Until end of turn only. I think we're just gonna force the Azorius deck. I like how the cow turns into a stake when it dies. The Knight's deck is back. I don't like that card as much. You don't spend 3 mana, it's a 2/2 flyer for 3. It's pretty expensive. Most of these are like fine stats on their own. It's just a bonus if you hit it. That one doesn't seem like it is. I don't know how much this equipment's gonna do for us. Sacrifice another permanent, you may pay 3. If you do, create a token that's a copy of Sorcerer's. Ah, it's kind of cool. Sorcerer's Broom. I like that card. We're just gonna stay on target here. We're probably not sacking much things in blue, white. Here's a flyer that matches our thing. Target counter spell 3 or less. Fine. I think Unicorn's not as good. I think this wall is not as good. This guy is pretty cool. Sacrifice a food, target player loses 3 life. Black is looking pretty open. Target player draws 2 cards, loses 2 life. Oh, this land was pretty cool, wasn't it? Oh no, this isn't the one that poops out dudes, that's the rare. Probably just spec on going into black. See, this card is basically just a remake with a bonus, which is why I don't understand that flyer very well. Piggies that turn into bacon are just too great. The 3 little pigs. I wouldn't mind one of those. Fairy Guide Mother? I didn't even read that. That's kind of funny. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Untap it. It's a good combat trick. I like untap combat tricks. They're my favorite. Whenever a creature attacks your planeswalker you control. Ooh, we wield the Ice Queen. This was the pack that had the sleep in it. I mean, this is a great card for us. Fine. One 4 for 2 is pretty fine. I can't imagine we're gonna have whole bunch of artifacts, but it does untap a creature, which is kind of cool. I think I might just like the counter spell here. We have quite a few 2-drops. Create a food token. Yes, I agree. Chat thinks that black has some good adventure creatures. I definitely agree. That's kind of why I started leaning towards specking with the black, just in case we wanted to ditch, potentially, the white, because it hasn't been overly open. Like, we picked up the first Pathlighter, but then after that it's just been like 3 moderately mediocre white cards. And black is seeming open. Turn target permanent you control to its owner's hand. See, my concern is that these are all very cheap. So that's good, but like this guy's not flying. He's fine for his stats, but then we're gonna kind of run out. You get extra value for casting them off tempo, right? By casting like this first and then the creature, but you're not actually gaining card advantage there. And overall, the cards are kind of on the weaker side. A bunch of 3/1s isn't, you know, great in the long run. I did think that this guy was kind of cool. There is quite a few draw mechanics. Something to consider here too is we want like potentially enchantments and stuff. A little weird. I mean, I think we're just gonna take... I guess we're gonna take this guy. I want to try him out. Oh, I thought this was really cool. He's pro-white. He's a 3/2 flyer for 4, which is just kind of fine. And he's a permanent, like, stops your stuff from attacking me guy. Really kind of messes up the curve on 4. I'm actually kind of surprised he's not 5. The set does have a lot more text than the average set, I think. To each opponent, that's kind of cute for 2 HG. Really nice art too. At least 3 white mana were spent to cast the spell. Enters with a +1/+1 counter, so 3/6 potentially? I think we're just in that forcing boat. It's our first draft. I still don't know all the cards. This is pretty cool. Is this gonna stack? It should. It's phrased a little weird. It should. It says additional, so... We have so many flyers. This could be kind of good. We actually don't have too many 2-drops that we want to be casting on curve. We do need some draw mechanics though to make those guys worth it. A little bit of I don't know, maybe the turtle's better. This is actually probably gonna be good. Scry draw a card, op's fine. It's a big flyer. First striking knight. We have kind of a lot of 2-drops. You control an artifact or enchantment, return target creature to its owner's hand. I honestly kind of think 4/5s are going to be good. I mean, there's the odd 7/7s kind of floating around, but 4/5s just seem like pretty decent stats. Thank you so much, love. I appreciate the 7 months of support. You got a raffle ticket to the next mystery drawing. Griffin, I think, is also fine. 6 mana is kind of a lot. I'm gonna take the Griffin. We do have some cards that want, like, tokens. Just kind of winging it here, guys. This card's kind of cool for us, especially, like, so it'll get rid of like enchantments that lock your stuff down, but it'll also allow us to use the combat tricks again. And run away together as an instant. So you're not only removing one of their attackers or whatever blockers, but it also allows you to flash back like your 1/1 that's not getting in it. Like, so, you know, you're attacking in the air for 1 and on the ground for 3. Or they're sending whatever you want to, however you want to do it. You can then remove one of their attackers, pop back your fairy, play the pump spell on your 3/3 to block their guy and trade up or whatever. And it's kind of cool. A lot of synergy with our deck. In a lot of like black decks and stuff too, there's going to be a ton of cards that create food tokens when they enter the battlefield. So, you know, it's going to help with that. Reach, trample, protection from multicolor, enters with a X +1/+1 counters on it. Alright. That seems pretty good. I like that it has reach. It's also an artifact. Triggers like this thing, triggers some other things. I imagine that's just going to be good enough. Without knowing like which cards in the format are going to be performing particularly well. I wouldn't hate one of these. This card seems fine. Aiden, thank you! I'm just gonna take this Serpent, I want to see how it plays. Aiden, thank you so much for the sub. You got a raffle ticket, my dear. You lose 2 life. So it's got a built-in murder. God, 2/3 life linker. I think our black deck would have been really good. We definitely should have switched when we saw how open it was in pack 1. But this was the deck I was the most excited about, so I'm pretty glad to be forcing it as well. So when this enters the battlefield, draw a card, which triggers our other flyers potentially. This is an artifact. I don't care that much. We have 2 cards that care about that, right? The Scavenger and the Chaser. Hey, we got a first time Twitch Prime sub as well. Thank you so much. You got a raffle ticket. Really unsure. It is 3 mana to counter. Second Chaser. But we don't have a whole bunch of stuff that's going to trigger it. We have a couple of artifacts in food tokens. Draw 4 cards. This is an equipment artifact. Triggers the casters. We're already running one of these main board. Very expensive. I like Runaway Together. Vigilance, add 1 mana. That's a really big mana producer. Welcome, love. There will be when the set comes out. This will trigger our guys and give us value in the long run, and I was actually really hoping we would wheel this because it counts as an enchantment that will activate our chasers and stuff. The last couple picks here were pretty good for us. I meant for streamers. So I actually don't, this is a special account and it goes away tomorrow, first thing in the morning. I don't actually get to keep this. All right. This card seems really cool. I'm excited about it. Not excited about that card. So tiny, we want to keep. Pump spells, definitely don't want that. I like the untap combat trick. I don't think we want that. We don't have very many draw mechanics like I thought we were going to. So maybe this guy's just not good enough. I'm not in love with this unicorn. I mean, technically it's a 3-drop as well, but we have kind of a lot of 3-drops. Just kind of turns into a 3/3. I'm kind of tempted to just cut this and make it a 16-land deck, in all honesty. But I like its stats. I really do. I think it's going to be pretty good in the set. It's going to shut down most things. $19 creatures is a lot. Definitely get rid of some of the guide mothers. I don't think it's that great. It's an okay combat trick. I really like the untapped combat trick. There's Elsa from Frozen, yeah. I think the, like, flavor in the set is just really good. Maybe one of our 4-drops. Shiny armor is not very good, but we do have double chaser. So I mean, I'm kind of chaser and scavengers. Maybe that's not good enough reason, especially if we're running so tiny and well. Alright, well, I think our black deck would have been much better, but I'm okay to just give this a try. Definitely want to play double planes next, just in case we hit the planes here. But I also wanted to play the blue first, just in case we drew one of the 2-drop blue sprites. It's pretty good. Just gets in some damage. A little bit of chip there, plus play the dude. It is indeed a mirror match. I feel like there's gonna be a pump spell of some sort here. No? Alright, sweet. It's not quite as mana efficient, but it lets us still get the bonus here, and if we draw any of these, which we have a ton of them in the deck, I'm actually really curious to see if this is gonna trigger twice. It says additional, so it should. Okay, so he gets extra value for that. Bad auto tapper, bad. See, he's spending a lot of mana to make this pump happen, which is great, but I feel like in the long run, he's not progressing as much. We're definitely just gonna cast the Paladin now, even if we don't hit the land. Holds open the run away together. It's pretty perfect. That's fine. Now we'll just wait until he has some sort of pump spell and we'll just get it back. But for the time being, it shuts all this stuff down. Okay, so he makes a 2/2 knight, takes all of his mana. We could do it now and get rid of his knight. Just like time walk him. I like this, well, maybe not. This is... A, yep. Oh, that's really cool that it gives you the normal auto tapper option and the, I didn't see that before, but that's awesome. It helps, it's basically fixing your auto tapper to ensure that you don't miss out on these triggers. That's awesome. Honestly, I don't even know if I should be holding this at this point. It does set up lethal next turn, so I think we just play it. It's a really big flyer with these two half-lighters, right? This is an instant. Oh, he needs to play it, so you might as well. Artifact or enchantment. We're gonna do this. I just want to draw the card. He has to chump, right? And he dies to this anyway. He would have left this back. He could have chumped the big flyer, chumped this or bounced this, and then taken 4. We're gonna do nothing for several turns. We're gonna play this 1/1 flyer and call it a day. Into this, though, is kind of nuts. It's gonna be great for all his little weenies that he's got. We're not stopping this guy anytime soon. But it will hurt him to attack me, so. Okay, no blocks. We can also run away together. Protection from white is pretty busted. It's gonna be great. Yep. Fine by me. First strike no good? Eh? Eh? Alright. Still dead. Deal. This is 3 mana for the counter. I'm gonna go ahead and just hold that open. I want to hold it open. I think I just want to actually just cast this. I think we just run away together. Hmm. I honestly do just like that better than holding open the counter or playing the 3/6. Question is should we cast our flyer? I think not. We don't have the guys that make him bigger. We also know he's got like another 4-drop, so now we can hold it open, which is kind of nice. We know he has a lot of combat tricks in his deck. I love the board here for this. Target creature. Turn target creature to its owner's hand. He just wants to mill me. And he wants to scry. If we let it resolve and counter it, then he spends the mana and he can't cast the cow, right? So it still actually prevents it from happening. Forces him to waste more mana. And actually removes the creature from the board. This guy is very large. 8/8 Trampler Reach. I guess because he maybe wants to triple block, we should have attacked with everything. But then he just doesn't have to triple block. 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, that would actually be lethal. Yeah, we should have attacked with everything. I didn't count the damage, in all honesty. I just made the decision that I was okay with a triple block on that and went for it, but he should have taken 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more. It would have been lethal regardless. And he couldn't have blocked in such a way that it wasn't. So if he blocks that and that, he takes 3, 4, 5. Kills this and this. Or he's in a position where he has to jump. I'm okay with trading these characters off, I think. Makes it so he can't kill the paladin with whatever he draws next. We've drawn a lot more land than he has too. So we can hopefully draw more playables. Now there is a adventure that board clears, so we might want to consider holding back some creatures now. Got him. Black seems really strong to me. How does it feel? I mean, this is my first draft, and we just kind of forced this. So I honestly couldn't really tell you. What is a drinking pack? They go along with our drinking games. Here's a quick little YouTube video that describe our weekend drinking games. It is sorcery. So we're both stuck on 3 and 1 color. Oh no. Hopefully he plays a white 3-drop, not a white 4-drop? This isn't a very interesting game. I feel paralyzed. Hey, Mint, welcome. Now I know it's over. How is Limited? This is the first draft we've done today. And I kind of forced this deck. I just wanted to play this archetype. Blue-Eye Flyers question? No. Black-purple removal. He has to cast something else, right? Otherwise, why wouldn't he use the pump spell first? There's got to be something happening here. He does seem to have an absurd amount of life. Got it. I don't know what the combat tricks are, but we're about to find out. There aren't any. He just doesn't. He just is. Being weird. Or he's trying to bait me into it. Somehow. I think we just want to run away together. Souls. 4. Do I think your dad will ever come back? Probably not. Silly Twitch chat trolls. Yeah, I guess suiting this up doesn't really matter when you know I've got Ice Queen in my hand, right? What is this? 6, 7. 8-9 damage. Doesn't have reach, right?
It's never too late to admit when you're on. Turn on your lead, see on yours on. The time to decide has come and gone. Just give me a chance, we can carry
Hey Hob, it's going well.
my choice.
Playing some magical cards.
They run through my head as I remember the day. Stay in this moment.
A flyer shouldn't be enough. Not.
I smoke too much. I drink too much. I tell myself.
Our newest YouTube video is talking about value here on MTG Arena.
We could see clearly now. That I can stop. We could see clearly now.
Opening packs can definitely be an addiction. I agree with that.
We could see clearly now. Clearly now. Clearly now. We could see clearly now. We could see clearly now.
Ah, thank you, thank you. You got a raffle ticket for the playmat, which is taking place tonight, guys. Today's the last day for the raffle ticket. I'll show you guys the playmat in just a minute. Thank you so much, love. What is this? At least I didn't create the food token. Ew. That was sad. Why does his fox have a little tail, little armor? So cute.
Tell myself that I can't stop. We could see clearly now.
That made me really sad.
We could see clearly now. 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 Clearly now. Clearly now. We could see clearly now. We could see clearly now.
We're taking quite the beating. Why is the fox on the board? It's the same thing as the little cat that happened. You got it for buying the pre-release thing. I'm with this bonus account, I actually probably can unlock it and get him.
That I can't stop. We could see clearly now.
That's kind of cool.
We could see clearly now. Can't stop. We could see clearly now. We could see clearly now.
I'll check after this round to see if I can get the fox. I definitely don't want to give him this guy back. Maybe that's too much. Maybe we just wait until we see a removal spell. We're 1 mana short of this. Yeah, I think we just sit, crack the well at the end of turn, or potentially run away together. I'd rather save this if something happens. Have up to 2 creatures. Now this costs... You need 1 blue to cast to sack that, don't you? You're gonna nap? Alright, have a good night. Have a good nap. Hey, Big Ben, welcome. We're at 9, so if he has like double tap, it's not great, but we should be able to start playing creatures and controlling his board. We have a lot more cards than he does. He did have another tap. Becomes indestructible, huh? 3, 4, 5. This will die, which is a little shitty, but this will stay tapped for a while. Black does have some life drain, so I mean, you don't want to take too much damage. If he finds a black removal spell for this, it's gonna hurt. Can't let this bird do too much more damage. Just a 1/1. Oh, it's a rare card. The rest in the bottom. Okay, so as long as he whips here, which it looks like he did, we're golden. We have enough for the counter and for the kiss. I think we just do that. He's paying 2 mana to... He's paying 3 mana to draw a card. Maybe I'm fine with it. I don't think that was a great thing to counter. This pure white card just saved the day. It's not even close. The draw card is why we want to do this now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. If we attack with all of our flyers. I forgot that guy can't attack. We could take 2 on the crackback. We'll have a bunch of blockers. It's close to lethal next turn. We can probably kill his flyer. Why counter the second part and not the first? Because he still, even if you counter it right, he still gets the 1/1 on the board. And I'm at 6, so I just wanted less bodies. I want to be able to get him in the air, hold open less blockers. You don't believe he does? Really? That's interesting. So do we think he can drain for 4? We can just chump with this anyway now, actually. Yeah, I'm fine with this. It goes to the graveyard, not to the exile. Gotcha. Yeah, I should have then. No, you're 100% right. I kind of just assumed that he was going to get the value for it. Kind of like the last set where it goes, you can cast it, jumpstart, right? Like, I was kind of thinking of it like that. But yeah, no, that doesn't even, you know, I should have known that that is not the way that that would work. I just didn't really put that much thought into it. If he swings, I'm going to block. Just in case. And then we should have lethal on the crackback with our pump spell. One of these two will get in. Oh. So he can't actually, this is kind of cool, he auto-tapped really poorly. Because now he can't tap the creatures. Tap up to 2 target creatures. He tapped this, that's it. To fizzle the adventure? Yeah, that makes sense, James. Yeah, I don't know what he was doing there. He could have tapped the 2 and attacked if he wanted. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And also, I would really appreciate it if you guys would check out our sponsor, Card Kingdom. They absolutely make all of this content possible, and I couldn't be doing this without them. So the link is down below in the description. Also, I want to give a special thanks to all of our sponsors on Patreon. Thank you guys so much, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.